So hey everybody, this is our door panel. Our door panels off a 2007 Volkswagen Rabbit, and I know Jettas have the same door panel. The glue with the fabric separates, and you're left with this. It's a mess. The fabric is junk. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this insert out. Now there have been other videos on this. We haven't found one that takes them off this way with our little trusty soldering iron, and the other guy uses his Dremel tool, which I wouldn't suggest. But as you can tell on this panel, everything's heat and pressed on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to separate the panel. This first video we're going to show you how to separate it. The second one we're going to show you how to put it back on. So I just take my little putty knife here. All I'm going to do is take my soldering iron, lay it in here. I'm just going to start drawing a line. And you'll see where it's just melting the gray. The gray is this portion. The black you'll see is going to be this portion. So I'm just going to start melting it. And you can go back in. Once these separate, what we're going to do is we are going to put them back together with a glue gun. This is just to separate them. And you'll see, like right here, see how this one, where it was heated up, that's the area where you gotta heat up to separate it. This one here, same thing. It's this little square in here. Let me get this one separated for you first. So as we go, quite a few of these around here. These on the top are actually really easy to separate. And as I'm going, I'm just taking my, see how it popped? I just took my putty knife in there and just wedged it. You can actually see my putty knife right there. So you don't want to go deep. Just let the tool do the work. See how I'm just working my knife in there? Just get it in there. Just keep working it. See how it's already separating on this side too? Not too much. But I don't understand why Volkswagen did it this way. See how it just worked itself in there? But everything is glued in, and we're also going to have a video on how to take this little guy out too. This little guy for the tweeter, whatever you want to call it, was actually a lot more difficult to get these out than it was these bigger ones. So, but they'll come out same way. And then to put them back in, I'm just going to use a hot glue gun and just use glue. And the main thing is we want those panels changed because they're, I don't know, they're just terrible. So okay, here we are. See how that's separated? Okay, that's one down. We'll go on to the next one. And this is one of those projects where you want a 6-pack of Corona, sitting out on the porch, doing nothing else. See how it just worked its way? Look at that. Very simple, very easy. Just be patient. Don't burn into the plastic. Just let the tool heat it up. As it's heating it up, work your tool in there. You'll see it's just gonna, see? Very simple. And putting it, I'm assuming we're gonna put this back together with a hot glue gun, but I don't see why it won't work. See? Just popped right off. Go off to the next one. And to clean the plastic off your soldering iron, just use I just got a scrubbing pad over here. That, or just wait till the gun actually cools off and the plastic will just come off. It's not a big deal. All you're doing is just drawing a circle. Okay? There. Go down here. We were a little concerned. This is a father-son project, by the way. So we were a little concerned how to get this separated because we picked the car up for an amazing price. It's only got 92,000 miles on it, and I know that this is one of the main reasons why they wanted to get rid of it, because it stinks too. So we just really improved everything. So we're also going to be doing the headliner. A little different principle on the headliner. Plenty of videos on that. Let's see here what we got going on. There we go. Come on. So the guy that was using his Dremel tool was cutting all of this out. This way, at least when you go to put it back together, you got some meat there to glue to, and you're basically putting it back into its original condition. And that's what I want, because if this is the only thing holding that insert in, you don't want any gaps or holes. You want it to hold it in. There we go. You want it to hold it in. I think it did. There it went. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to spin it around here. There's two of these. I don't know if I can do it this way. I may have to continue on. There's two of these, one here and one in here. And you don't want to take this speaker grill off, but at the same time, should have my headlight on so you guys can see this. Okay, same thing. Take your soldering gun. Don't touch it to this foam. See it in there, Grady?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use my putty knife because I can't get it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this out. Okay. See, I'm drawing, but it's still gray. I'm not into the black. Stay in the gray, which means you're still into this. You're not into the black insert. You're still into the outer portion of the... All I'm doing is just letting the soldering iron just melt the plastic, just drawing a big circle right around, getting it up. Okay. Now what's going to happen is you're going to want to do the remainder of these. Save these two for last, because you're going to pop it. You're just going to push down gently, and what I just did. And make sure your edges and everything is all one big circle. That's going to pop that out. You don't need the putty knife in there to apply pressure. The pressure of the insert itself is going to separate that. So I stayed away from this. Don't touch that with your soldering iron. You're gonna melt it. You just want to make sure you got a nice. Get some light in there for you. It's a nice circle. And I don't know, maybe it will pop. I didn't even try. Nah, I'm not even try. Same thing with this one. See, I can't get my putty knife in there to pop it. So I'm just going to draw a nice circle. So let the putty knife, or the soldering iron just melt the plastic. I would not use this soldering iron to try and melt everything back together, because there's not enough plastic. And it's too hot. I would say when you're going to put this back together, you're not going to see this. So more is actually good. You know, if you glue it with a hot glue gun, make sure your both pieces are compressed and you get a good bead of glue in there. But I wouldn't reheat this plastic to try and put it back together. That's going to be another video. So pretty cool. You guys have any questions or comments? Leave them at the bottom. So for right now, we're gonna pause it, and I'll show you when we're done.